Session 4, Mindfulness of Thoughts, where we are paying attention to words, voices, images, conversations that play and replay in the mind. In this practice, we are not striving to be in a particular state of mind, like calmness. There is no failure or success in this practice. So we are merely observing and noting what comes to mind, and just allowing that to pass without further action. So for example, if the mind says, you should just abandon the practice and go get the cup of coffee, all you are needing to do is merely observing those thoughts and any impulses to act. Beginning by finding a comfortable place for sitting, closing the eyes or keeping them open as you wish. Conscious of the sensations of breathing as the breath is entering and leaving the body. While keeping the breath in awareness, dropping the attention down to the body, feeling the pull of gravity, keeping the body grounded securely on the seat. Feeling the belly rising at each in-breath and collapsing at each out-breath. Just breathing as what the body is calling to you. Feeling the gentle rhythm of breathing. It is very normal and natural for the mind to wander. So while keeping the breath and body in awareness, simply observing thoughts as they arise, noticing the content, images, past conversations to be had, things to do, judgments about yourself or others. If only she did this. If only I was like this. Watching thoughts like a spectator sitting at a distance, not getting caught up in the drama. If at any point it is feeling overwhelming, focusing on thoughts and emotions, what you can do is gently guiding the mind back to the breath and body. And when you are ready, allowing yourself to noticing thoughts again, while keeping the body in awareness. Noticing the pace of thoughts arising. Is it a running tape of a particular narrative? Or perhaps sporadic random thoughts popping up? Or perhaps a bit of both? While noticing as these thoughts are arising, what emotions are accompanying them? What sensations in the body are arising? So bringing a sense of curiosity, beginner's mind of feeling these sensations, even if they feel familiar. Not needing to criticize yourself for having these feelings. They may be welcoming, unwelcoming, or somewhere in between. So merely observing, not needing to take further action. It may be tempting to stop this practice and get on with other items on your to-do list. The invitation is pausing and staying here as best as you can. There is an option of gently guiding the mind back to the breath and body if you're finding thoughts to be getting too much. But as you're continuing with this practice, noticing any particular recurring patterns that are coming, going, and returning, making a mental note of them with gentleness. Now guiding the mind back to the breath and body, feeling the landscape of the body. In closing this practice, here is a poem, The Peace of Wild Things by Wendell Berry. When despair for the world grows in me, and I wake up in the night at the least sound, in fear of what my life and my children's lives might be, I go and lie down where the wood drake rests in his beauty on the water, and the great heron feeds. I come into the peace of wild things, who do not tax their lives with forethought of grief. I come into the presence of still water, and I feel above me the day-blind stars, waiting with their light. For a time I rest in the grace of the world, and am free. Now taking a beautiful deep breath, and slowly allowing the eyes to open if they were closed, taking the time to observe your surroundings, shapes, colors, texture, sounds. Now here is an assignment that you can do after this practice on a daily basis, writing down the thoughts and judgments that were frequently replaying in the mind, and asking yourself these 4 questions. First question, what were some thoughts that had words like should, must, have to, always? Second question, do these thoughts lead you to more doing and doing, or perhaps lead you to avoiding? Third question, how are these thoughts helpful for your quality of life? A regular or daily practice could help us develop a greater awareness of what thoughts sour our moods and lead us to further down the spiral of exhaustion, depression, and anxiety. With this wisdom, we are developing a greater appreciation that we don't have to believe everything the mind says and tells us to do. So we are creating more space between us and our thoughts. Thoughts are merely thoughts, nothing more. Go well and thank you. And tune in to session 5 next Wednesday.